I'm 79 years old, and I spent most of my life trying to be someone I used to be. I didn't realize I was doing it. That's the strange part. You don't wake up one day and decide to live in the past. It happens slowly. A memory here, a comparison there. Until one day you look around and realize you've been measuring everything against a version of yourself that doesn't exist anymore. I was an athlete in high school, track and field. I was good. Not good enough for the Olympics or anything like that, but good enough to matter in a small town in Ohio. Good enough that people knew my name. Good enough that when I walked down the hall, I felt like I was somebody. I peaked at 17. I know that now, but I didn't know it then. I went to college on a partial scholarship, kept running, but I wasn't special anymore. I was average, maybe slightly above average on a good day. The thing is, I kept thinking I'd get back to where I was. I kept thinking if I just trained harder, if I just pushed more, I'd find that feeling again. That feeling of being fast, of being watched, of mattering. I graduated, got a job in sales, got married at 24, had 2 kids by the time I was 28. Normal life. Good life, really. My wife was kind, my kids were healthy, I made decent money. We had a house, a car, family dinners on Sundays. But I still ran. Every morning, 5:30, before work, rain or shine. I told myself it was for my health, and it was, partly. But really, I was chasing something. I was trying to feel like I did when I was 17, when my body did what I asked it to, when I could push and it would respond. I kept running through my 30s, through my 40s. My times got slower. My knees started hurting. My back would ache for days after a long run. But I didn't stop. I couldn't stop, because stopping felt like admitting something I wasn't ready to admit. My wife used to ask me why I pushed so hard. She'd say, "You're not 17 anymore." And I'd laugh it off. I'd say I just liked staying in shape. But the truth was, I didn't know who I was if I wasn't that person. The runner, the athlete, the kid who mattered because he was fast. I missed things because of those runs. Not huge things, small things. Breakfast with my kids before school. Weekend mornings when my wife wanted to sleep in and talk. Time I could have spent differently. Time I spent on a track, alone, trying to be someone I wasn't anymore. My son played baseball. He was pretty good. He had games on Saturday mornings sometimes. I'd go when I could, but I'd always run first. Always. Even if it meant I was late. Even if it meant I missed the first few innings. I told myself it was fine. I told myself I was still there for the important parts. He stopped asking me to come when he was 14. Just stopped mentioning the games. My wife would tell me about them after. She'd say he hit a double or made a good catch, and I'd feel something twist in my chest, but I'd still run the next Saturday morning, because that's what I did. That's who I was. I ran a marathon when I was 52, trained for 8 months. It nearly destroyed me. My knees were shot for a year afterward, but I finished. 3 hours and 47 minutes. Terrible time, really, but I finished. And for about a week, I felt like I'd proven something, like I'd shown that I still had it, whatever it was. My wife asked me that night, after the marathon, why it mattered so much. We were sitting in the kitchen. My legs were wrapped in ice packs. She asked me what I was trying to prove.
I didn't have an answer. I got defensive. I said she wouldn't understand. She just nodded and went to bed. I kept running. Not marathons, but I kept running every morning, even as my body started breaking down in ways I couldn't ignore, even as the runs got shorter and slower, even as I knew deep down that I was hurting myself. I was 61 when I tore my Achilles tendon. Stupid injury. I was doing sprints, trying to see if I could still hit a certain time in the 100 meters, a time I used to run without thinking when I was 16. I pushed off and I felt something pop. I went down hard. Surgery, physical therapy, months of recovery. The doctor told me I probably shouldn't run anymore. Not seriously, maybe light jogging, but nothing intense. He said my body had given me all it was going to give. I didn't listen. As soon as I could walk without pain, I started training again. Slower this time, more careful, but still chasing it, still trying to get back. My wife left me when I was 64. She didn't leave because of the running, not directly. She left because I'd spent 40 years being somewhere else, even when I was standing right next to her. She left because she'd asked me 1,000 times to just be present, and I never learned how. She said she felt like she'd been married to a ghost, someone who was physically there, but always thinking about something else, someone who was always measuring the present against the past and finding it lacking. She was right. I know she was right. But I didn't know how to change. I didn't know how to let go of the only version of myself I'd ever valued. I lived alone for 2 years. I kept running. I ran more, actually, because what else was there? My kids were grown, living their own lives. They called sometimes, but not often. My son had a family of his own. My daughter had moved to California, and I was alone in a house that felt too big, running every morning because it was the only thing I knew how to do. I had a heart attack when I was 66, not a major one, but enough to scare me, enough to make me stop running for a while. And in that stillness, in those months when I couldn't run, something shifted. I started noticing things, how quiet the house was, how many years had passed, how much time I'd spent trying to be someone I couldn't be anymore. I started thinking about my son's baseball games, the ones I'd missed the beginnings of, the ones I'd been late to. I started thinking about my wife sitting at the kitchen table alone in the mornings because I was out on a track somewhere. I started thinking about all the conversations I cut short because I had to go train. I realized I'd been so focused on holding on to who I was at 17 that I'd never bothered to figure out who I could be at 30 or 40 or 50. I'd never let myself become anything else. I just kept trying to resurrect a kid who was gone. My son called me on a Tuesday, out of nowhere, said he wanted to talk. We met for lunch. He brought his daughter, my granddaughter. She was 4. I'd only seen her a handful of times. We sat in a diner. My son didn't say much at first. Then he told me she'd started asking about me, about her grandfather. He said he didn't know what to tell her because he didn't really know me. He said he'd spent his whole childhood watching me run away from him, literally and figuratively. It broke something in me, hearing it said like that, so plain, so true. I told him I was sorry. I told him I didn't know how to be anything other than what I was when I was 17. I told him I wasted a lot of years trying to hold on to something that was gone. He said he knew that. He said he'd figured that out a long time ago. He said he wasn't angry anymore, just sad. sad that I'd spent my whole life chasing a ghost instead of being here with them. I'm 79 now. I don't run anymore. My body won't let me, and honestly, I don't want to. I walk, slowly, around the neighborhood, sometimes with my granddaughter when my son brings her to visit. I see my kids more now, not as much as I'd like, but more. We're rebuilding something. It's slow, it's awkward sometimes, but it's real, more real than anything I did in my 30s or 40s or 50s. I think about all the time I lost, all the mornings I could have spent differently, all the moments I missed because I was trying to be someone I wasn't anymore. I think about my wife and how right she was and how I couldn't see it. You can't get that time back. You can't undo the years you spent being somewhere else. You can only decide what you're going to do with whatever time is left. I wish I'd figured that out earlier. I wish someone had told me that holding on to old versions of yourself
Isn't the same as knowing who you are. I wish I'd understood that growing older doesn't mean losing yourself. It means becoming someone new, and that's okay. That's supposed to happen. But I didn't figure it out until most of my life was behind me. And now I'm here, 79 years old, with a few years left if I'm lucky, trying to be present for the people who are still willing to let me in. If you're spending your life trying to be who you used to be, I'm telling you now, let it go. Not because it's noble or enlightened, but because you're missing what's right in front of you. And one day you'll be my age, and you'll look back, and you'll see all the moments you traded for a memory, all the people you ignored while you were chasing a version of yourself that doesn't exist anymore. I can't get those years back. I can't fix what I broke. I can only be here, now, in whatever time I have left. And I can tell you that it's not enough. It's never going to be enough to make up for what I lost. But it's what I have, and I'm not running from it anymore.